Never before had such a pure bond between animals been witnessed. Through an unexpected act of rescue, a young woman became the connecting force that brought together three different species, allowing them to form a relationship built on trust, dependence, and companionship. Though they could not understand one another's language, they clearly understood the meaning of presence and protection. One day, while the woman was out walking her dog Sam, she came across an injured young crow struggling in the snow. Upon closer inspection, she realized the bird's wings had become stiff from the cold. She gently warmed them with her hands. Once the crow regained some strength, it was still unable to fly and slowly limped away. Watching its unsteady retreat, the woman silently hoped it would survive the harsh winter. A few days later, during another walk with Sam, a crow suddenly blocked their path and excitedly approached the woman. She soon realized it was the same crow she had helped before. From that day on, the crow frequently appeared by their side. Over time, they grew familiar with one another, and the crow quickly became a close companion to Sam. The two often chased and played together in the snow. The woman gave the crow a gentle name, Darlin. In order to spend time with Sam, Darlin began showing up punctually at the woman's windowsill every day. Sam was remarkably tolerant of him, treating the crow like an old friend reunited after a long separation, with no sense of fear or hostility. He even allowed Darlin to perch on his body to rest. Darlin showed particular affection towards Sam, often helping remove burrs from his fur and mimicking the woman by holding the leash in his beak, as if expressing his fondness in his own way. Though the emotional logic behind such clumsy imitation was impossible to decipher, the woman could not help but feel that all living things possessed quiet intelligence as she watched the black and white figures running across the snow. This peaceful harmony was later disrupted by the arrival of a third companion, a cat named Gigi. At first, Gigi was wary of the unusual friendship and repeatedly tried to chase the crow away from the windowsill, while Darlin appeared confused by the cat's behavior. However, Sam's presence gradually brought the three together. What should have been an irreconcilable conflict between naturally hostile species instead evolved into an unlikely friendship. The cat and the crow soon became close companions, playing and chasing each other in the yard and among the trees, much like Sam and Darlin. The woman found it hard to believe that animals considered enemies by nature could form such bonds. In the days that followed, the sight of the three playing outdoors became a familiar and joyful presence around the woman's home. Darlin, in particular, often amazed her by bringing back small, shiny objects he had collected outside as gifts. She carefully kept each one. Strongly territorial, Darlin would attempt to drive away any strangers who approached the yard, prompting the woman to post a humorous sign nearby, "Wild crow in the area. Please protect your hair." Darlin had long regarded this place as his home, and the bonds he formed here were the most important part of his world. In his own way, he faithfully guarded this warm household, finding his greatest joy in accompanying the family on their daily walks. This beautiful chapter lasted for 2 full years, until last November, when the woman faced the most painful moment of her life. After hearing the distressed cry of a crow, she rushed outside only to discover that Darlin had been taken by a predator. The intelligent, gentle, and loving crow would never return. From that day on, the dog and the cat often lingered by the windowsill, as if waiting for someone who was late. Darlin never came back, yet the companionship they once shared, the love, the trust, the quiet understanding, remain. In every moment of waiting, it softly reminds us that some goodbyes may happen without a sound, but they never truly disappear.